And coming up in our next hour of Good Morning Northwest, the fire at a food storage warehouse near Findlay continues to burn more than 24 hours after it first started. The latest on the fire and road closures that could affect your morning commute. Also, we talk with the Benton County coroner on what happens next after a set of human bones was found in a field last week. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Will we see these good temperatures continue as we get into the work week? Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 6 a.m. on Monday, April 22nd. We'll get to our weather headlines in just a moment, but first, that massive fire in Findlay that prompted evacuations around a frozen food warehouse. The evacuations have been lifted, but fire crews from several agencies around the region have been battling this blaze for more than 24 hours. Good Morning Northwest Riley Fitzgerald is there now and has the latest on this fire. Riley, what can you tell us this morning?
Good morning, Jessica. I'm live at Lineage Logistics, where the fire is still slightly burning in some places. It's pretty minor so far this morning, and now that the sun is up, we can see a lot of the damage that has been that happened yesterday. I'm going to take a step out of the screen so you can see that damage. Here's what we know so far. Fire crews were called to a commercial fire alarm at Lineage Logistics Sunday morning just after 5 o'clock in the morning. The sprinkler system had put out a small fire coming from a large freezer bay. However, after investigating the cause of the fire, firefighters found several pallets in a freezer hallway on fire. About 10 employees were able to get out, and firefighters continued to battle the blaze. Fire crews arrived from nearby areas and counties to help out, but by noon, the fire had grown out of control and spread to a large part of the building. At one point, while our crew was on scene, a large part of the building collapsed. Residents nearby were issued level 3 go now evacuations, which were lifted around 7 o'clock last night. State fire assistance has been mobilized, and I'm told it should be here around 7 this morning. Crews from Benton 1, Benton County Fire District 2, West Benton, Walla Walla Fire Districts 4 and 5, College Place, and Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco fire crews have been on scene in the last 24 hours. I'm told that crews are going to be here for at least a few days, continuing to monitor the situation here. The cause of the fire is still under investigations, and right now we know that no injuries have been reported. The building is a 525,000 square foot frozen food warehouse. Lineage Logistics is a cold storage warehouse company with locations across our region, state, and the world. And at this location, we know it employs more than 100 people. We'll be looking into that today and the impact this loss will have on our community. We do see a lot of smoke in the air as well today. That's something that will be visual likely throughout the day. It's going to be mostly clear across the Benton, Franklin counties today once most of the clouds go away. So smoke will be on the horizon for a lot of us as we'll see it continue. And we'll be here this morning continuing to monitor this situation on Apple Valley News Now. We'll be here again at 6:30, so be sure to stay tuned for any updates coming live in Findlay with Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. And again, we'll check back in with her at 6:30. At this time, East Bowles Road is closed from Findlay Road to South Peart Road as fire crews need the area to work. They're bringing water tenders and other fire apparatus throughout the early morning hours. And these photos that you see on your screen now are what crews are battling in the overnight hours, and they're from the Benton County Sheriff's Office. They say fire crews have the fire contained, but they are still working on several small fires within the building. They're asking people to stay away from the building and not to park on the roadway to watch as they are working to bring in those fire trucks to help put out these fires. And now let's get to a first look at your weather and what it'll look like as we start the work week off. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona joins us now. Tiffany, what can we expect as we head into the new week?
Another cold start, Jessica. Temperatures are at or below the freezing mark in some locations. Those locations include the Yakima and Kittitas valleys, where a freeze warning was posted last night until 9 o'clock this morning, and a frost advisory continues for areas north of Connell, including Moses Lake. That's because temperatures have dropped into the middle 30s, and Tri-Cities now down below the freezing mark, 31 degrees. So even outside of that freeze warning, we do have temperatures below 32 degrees. So you'll need to bundle up this morning, and there may be some areas of some patchy frost out there as well. 34 Walla Walla, 32 in Hermiston, 32 in Yakima, 28 degrees in Ellensburg. So you'll need the heavier jacket this morning. You'll definitely need the sunglasses because we will see plenty of sunshine. And some of you may need that ice scraper. If you park outside, take a peek. You may have some frost on your windshield. Temperatures will be rising into the 60s by lunchtime. High temperatures right around that 60-degree mark, I should say, and then highs in the upper 60s as we round out the afternoon on this Earth Day. So a great weather day if you plan on doing any of those Earth Day activities. Now we will have the full pink moon. It's full tomorrow night. We'll let you know if you should be able to see it thanks to the weather coming up in a little bit. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And now back to your top headlines. A small earthquake sent shockwaves through some people's homes in the Tri-Cities on Friday. Also to people who live in and around Prosser and Bend City, they also reported that they felt it. The United States Geological Survey says the earthquake happened at 9:18 Friday night and centered in Richland between Adair Drive and Heritage Hills Drive. It was recorded as a 2.8 magnitude quake. Some people reported their house shaking. Others say they didn't feel a thing. The USGS says when it comes to quakes, it's not so much the magnitude that makes a difference, it's the intensity. And the intensity of the earthquake Friday, officials say, is an intensity score of 3, which means it was felt by people indoors, but many will not recognize it as an earthquake. Once the intensity of a quake is at 5, a noticeable damage will be present, and you'll feel that. And the USGS says the earthquake on Friday was the largest earthquake recorded in the Tri-Cities in 13 years. And in developing news, the Bend County Sheriff's Office is investigating after a farmer found bones in a field in Prosser. The Sheriff's Office says deputies confirmed that the remains were human. The Bend County coroner is working to identify the person who died and will conduct an autopsy. The coroner says deeper examinations are already underway to find out how this person died.
Friday, one of our forensic pathologists will be doing the cleaning of the bones and the sorting and inventorying and be able to look for any type of injuries that might have help us determine if this is a traumatic death or not. And that's going to be going on Friday. And at the completion of that, sometime in the weeks, couple of weeks following, everything will be taken up to the state anthropologist, and they'll go through it and do a very thorough inventory and placement best that they can back together.
The Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who might know what happened to reach out. Now to a follow-up out of Yakima County, the Yakima Valley Special Investigations Unit says it's finished its work on a deadly police shooting that happened back in January. Investigators say a Sela police officer shot and killed a burglary suspect on January 14th. At the time, the Yakima County Sheriff's Office said the suspect had run from law enforcement, and then a Sela police officer confronted him in a garage about half a mile away. That interaction ended with the suspect dead. The SIU says it's finished looking into what happened and sent its findings to the Yakima County prosecutor. And straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, opening arguments are set to start this morning in former President Trump's hush money trial. What some of the potential jurors said during jury selection and what the DA says is its case against the former president. That is next.
It's National Care Stand Month. Why finance at another flooring store when you could get up to 75% off Care Stand's durable, luxury, in-stock carpets? This month only at Floor & Home.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the rain and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is a sign you'll want in your yard.
Car wreck, I'm here to help you.
His caring and supportive nature created a bond, and he shares that with every client he has.
Stacy always says really good things about me.
I got T-boned at an intersection. Ended up having a back injury. Mariano got me about 50 times more than I thought I was going to get.
I did my best, and she got way more than she expected.
Can't thank Mariano enough. I mean, he is the guy.
Call 853-2222.
Next ET, Hugh Grant on the return of Bridget Jones.
It's one of the best scripts I've read for a long time.
Plus, Anne Hathaway, Nicholas Galitzine talk their steamy rom-com next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Are you looking for a bank that has traditional values and modern solutions? Are you looking for a bank that is member-owned? Are you looking for a bank that leaves a lasting impact on the community? I've got news for you. You're not looking for a bank. Belong to something better. Join Hatho Community Credit Union, where you are more than just a member. Visit hatho.org to join today. Where do you credit union?
April is National Foot and Ankle Health Awareness Month. Remember, inspect your feet daily for injuries and other ailments. There's more information at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jerry Clifford is accepting new patients. This is how we care.
It's National Care Stand Month, when you could get up to 75% off Care Stand's durable, luxury, in-stock carpets. You dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Dramatic changes coming for local public defenders? Apple Valley News Now Primetime Thursday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Former President Donald Trump is due back in court this morning, with opening statements expected to begin in Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg's criminal hush money case. Trump says he's not guilty of falsifying business records in order to keep an alleged affair with an adult film star out of the public eye in the final weeks before the 2016 election. Gloria Pazmino has details about the jury selection process, which wrapped up faster than many experts predicted that it might.
We have our full panel. That's what Judge Juan Merchan announced midday Friday after a week-long search for a jury in former President Donald Trump's criminal hush money trial in Manhattan. 12 jurors and 6 alternates, 8 men and 10 women, will decide if Donald Trump broke the law by falsifying business records in an attempt to cover up an alleged sexual encounter with adult film star Stormy Daniels during the 2016 presidential campaign. Trump denies the charges and that the encounter took place. Prospective jurors were asked if they could be impartial. Juror number 11 told the court that Trump, quote, seems very selfish and self-serving. Juror number 5 said she liked that Trump, quote, speaks his mind. Trump has been claiming he's unable to get a fair trial in heavily Democratic Manhattan. But what do people who actually live here think?
Yes, I would totally be fair and impartial because that's what I believe in, and I'm always, I'm a New Yorker. I'm upfront and I'm honest about everything.
I don't have any biased opinion about him. I think people should be judged by what they've done before.
Trump continues to bemoan that his campaign has been put on ice.
It's a shame. And I'm sitting here for days now, from morning till night.
In Manhattan, Gloria Pazmino reporting.
And former President Trump told reporters he will testify during the trial. Also, the Jewish holiday of Passover starts at sundown today. It commemorates the biblical story of the Jewish people's escape from slavery in ancient Egypt. But with an ongoing war in Gaza and acts of anti-Semitism in the U.S., Passover may be difficult for some. Anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. more than doubled last year, according to the Anti-Defamation League. Passover often coincides with Easter, but the dates vary depending on the lunar cycle. And the holiday ends Tuesday, April 30th. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, they asked last year for voters to approve, but it was denied. Franklin County Fire District 3 is once again asking voters to help them fight fires and keep operations running. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alertful forecast. She'll have how the weather is looking for Earth Day today.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease. There are some very, very expensive drugs, and my copay on that is $0. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not, and just kind of let them know what those next steps are, the timeline of how long it could take for them to get approved.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $1,950 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
There aren't enough attorneys.
New rules could force counties to hire more public defenders.
We're talking about 3 times as many attorneys all of a sudden.
But even if they find enough lawyers, how will we pay for them? Counties in crisis. Apple Valley News Now prime time. Watch Thursday after the NFL draft.
When Mark doesn't feel like being there, Mark lets everyone know.
Next Live, Grey's Anatomy star Kim Raver, plus Shogun's Hiroyuki Sanada.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Hopefully you enjoyed the weekend. It was a dry weekend, a pretty seasonable weekend out there across much of the Pacific Northwest. Walla Walla, let's talk about our rain totals for the month of April because the entire month has been dry. So in Walla Walla, we picked up just below 1/4 inch for the month so far. So we are about 1 1/4 inch below average for this time of year. Pendleton, we're almost 3/4 inch below average. Tri-Cities, we've only seen 1/10 of an inch of rain. So we're close to about 1/2 inch below average. In Hermiston, we are 1/2 inch below average with just several hundredths of an inch of rain reported over the past month. And in Yakima, same story. It has been dry all across the region. This drought monitor was issued last Thursday. Not much has changed, but notice how the moderate drought across portions of the Kittitas Valley. We also have that abnormally dry category, the yellow category, stretching into areas just west of Yakima and into the Simcoe Highlands. And we're also abnormally dry along the foothills of the Blues, Dayton, Walla Walla, and Pendleton. And this will worsen if we don't get any rain. And if you remember, we had that drought declaration issued last week for much of the state of Washington. That's a bit different from the drought monitor. That's because we have low snowpack, and it's also declared when water supply falls below 75% of normal levels. So we'll continue to keep you posted on the drought situation here across the Pacific Northwest. This morning, things are quiet. It's a cold start. It is a sunny start out there for all of us waking up on this Monday morning. Temperatures are down into the low and middle 30s. We're below freezing now in Tri-Cities, 34 in Walla Walla, 32 in Hermiston, and 32 in Yakima. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some areas of patchy frost out there. So take a peek outside. If you do park outside and check whether you have some frost on your windshield, you may need the scraper and a couple of extra minutes to get where you need to go. Winds have certainly decreased since yesterday. They're only between 5 and about 8 miles per hour, and some locations are reporting calm winds. So it's not going to be nearly as breezy as yesterday. High pressure in control. That's going to keep us high and dry. Lots of sunshine today. Highs around 68 in the Tri-Cities for Earth Day. Not bad. It's right around average for this time of year. 66 in Yakima and in Toppenish, 65 in Walla Walla, and 67 in Hermiston. Tonight, another cold night. We could see another round of patchy frost develop with temperatures dropping into the mid and upper 30s by early Tuesday morning. We talked about that full moon for this month. It's called the pink moon, and it's exactly full tomorrow evening, but it will appear full tonight. And I think tonight and tomorrow morning, you'll have a better opportunity to see it because we will be mainly clear. So the moon will rise just before 7 o'clock this evening, and it'll be up all night. The moon will set tomorrow morning at 5:40, and then when the moon is exactly full tomorrow evening, we will have a few more clouds to contend with. Tomorrow, increasing clouds. It will be a little bit warmer with highs in the low and middle 70s, upper 60s along the foothills of the Blues. So a great day for Earth Day. We're a little bit warmer tomorrow. Wednesday, you'll definitely notice more in the way of cloud cover, and then we keep it mostly cloudy. Slight chance for a shower or two with our next system Friday and Saturday. Yakima 66 today for Earth Day, 70 tomorrow, and then we'll cool it down as those clouds increase with highs in the 60s. 65 today, Walla Walla, keeping it in the upper 60s tomorrow and on Wednesday, and then we cool it down a little bit with those slight chances for rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Hermiston 67, 70s tomorrow. They only last through Wednesday, and then we're cooling things down by the end of the week. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And Franklin County Fire District 3 is once again preparing to ask voters to sign off on a levied lid lift. Last year, Franklin County Fire District 3 opted to put a similar proposal on the November ballot, but it didn't pass. The Fire District Board of Commissioners says the problems that led them to ask for the levied lid lift last year haven't gotten any better, and they're hoping that voters will approve the increase this year so they can afford to keep up with increasing demand. That proposal will be on the August primary ballot. In other weather headlines this morning, multiple rounds of heavy rain caused issues on roadways and for airport travelers out of a major airport. Reporter Bo Evans says it's not over yet.
Frustrated flyers at DFW.
Pretty much has destroyed our whole vacation so far.
Our flight got delayed 5-6 hours. Stuck in Fort Lauderdale. The plane was waiting there, and we just couldn't come in because everything was grounded here.
It's kind of a mess.
Jodan Brown and his family were supposed to be on a 10-day vacation in Knoxville already. Instead, they've spent nearly 12 hours at the airport with no end in sight. Over 500 cancellations Saturday afternoon, according to FlightAware.
I feel pretty frustrated.
Tracy Bailey's husband was supposed to land hours ago.
They canceled his flight 3 times today.
The roads have been rough as well. MedStar told us by mid-afternoon they'd already responded to more than 40 accidents. 23 of those sent someone to the hospital, an increase of 115% from last week. Those waiting for loved ones at the airport just want everyone home safe.
I just want him home. He's tired of traveling. He wants to be home. I'm ready for him to be home.
And so far this morning, only a flight from DFW to Seattle has been delayed by about an hour or half hour. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the Biden administration this morning issues minimum staffing requirements for nursing homes. Up next, what those requirements are and how it'll affect facilities across the country.
Are you ready? Because Idol's got mentor Megan Trainor. David Archuleta returns. A command performance. And he'll reveal your top 10.
There's going to be a large cut tonight.
American Idol, live tonight on ABC.
The whole family is invited to the 61st Annual Parade of Gems, Saturday, April 26th through the 28th at the Modern Living Building at the Fairgrounds. This year's special theme is Petrified Wood of the Northwest. There will be demonstrations on gold panning, wire wrapping, lapidary, and more. There will be vendors on hand with rock and mineral specimens, jewelry, and lapidary equipment, plus games, raffle drawings, door prizes, and more. The doors open at 10. Bring the whole family to the Parade of Gems, April 26th through the 28th at the Fairgrounds in Yakima.
The Honda you want is here, so drive in the moment with the versatile CR-V or Accord. Both named a Car and Driver 10 Best. And when you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2023 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
The
Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus in Kennewick now accepting new patients for primary care. We offer patient-specific solutions for physical, mental, and emotional health concerns. You'll receive quality one-on-one time with our medical professionals and experienced support team. Begin your new health plan with today's best technologies and facilities for the whole family. Play hard, live well at the PC. Call us at 509-783-5465 today.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the rain and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Visit us at our new urban wine bar in historic downtown Kennewick. Choose from a variety of wines and food from our expanded menu. Enjoy time with friends old and new. After hours with riverfront views from our shaded patio, we are Mireille Gaston Wine Bar.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your health headlines this morning. The Biden administration has finalized the first ever minimum staffing rule at nursing homes. The controversial mandate requires at least 3.48 hours of nursing care per resident per day in facilities that receive federal funding. The new rule also requires a registered nurse to be on site at all times. Breaking that down, a facility with 100 residents would need at least 2 or 3 registered nurses and at least 10 or 11 nurse aides per shift. In addition, it would need 2 other nurses on staff. Nursing homes in areas that are experiencing workforce shortages can get temporary exemptions. Operators have objected to the new rule, saying some facilities that already struggle to fill open positions could be forced to close. And losing weight is hard, and it can be discouraging when you work hard and see little results. But a new study shows when and why plateaus happen when people try to lose weight. A plateau can happen around a year into dieting, but can vary from person to person. They happen when the body starts increasing hunger to make up for lost calories. The study shows weight loss drugs can delay the plateau longer. The report is from a researcher with the National Institutes of Health. And as we get into the middle of spring and into early summer, things are about to get noisy. 2 broods of cicadas are coming, but it does have pet owners curious about interactions with this insect and their pets. Cicadas don't sting or bite, and they're also non-toxic. If your dog or cat eats one, it should be no problem. But pets that are allergic to shellfish might get upset stomachs if they ingest one. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, we check in on the massive fire at the frozen food warehouse near Findlay. What we know so far and what officials are doing this morning to continue to battle this fire. Also, the Kennewick Police Department is investigating another drive-by shooting in another neighborhood. Details after this.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bath Fitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bath Fitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bath Fitter. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hey Google, take me to Lookout Point.
Okay, navigating to Lookout Point.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $750 purchase allowance on most 2024 Cadillac models.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Stan's gonna ride the Nebula Drop Tower.
Finally! I'm ready to ascend to the clouds, to go where no dino has gone before. Goodbye, Earth. Hi, Alice!
Whoa! He doesn't know it comes back down?
Apparently not. I'll let you know when I hit orbit. Drop tower, I get it.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
You thought it would bust through the ceiling?
You came through a portal from another dimension. Weird stuff happens.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. We're unique, and we're here for all of life's occasions, all year long. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Oh my gosh, wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. Take action with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. Try it today for only $14.95 plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
A flight over a new park overlooking Spokane Falls, Tuesday.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, the massive frozen food warehouse fire near Findlay continues to burn this morning, more than 24 hours after it first started. Our Riley Fitzgerald is live there and we'll check in with her in just a few minutes. Also this morning, the Supreme Court takes up the issue of homelessness and what cities and towns can do about it. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast, what our work week is shaping up like. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 6:30 on Monday, April 22nd. Before we talk with Tiffany about our weather, let's check in with that massive fire near Findlay that prompted evacuations around a frozen food warehouse. The evacuations have been lifted, but fire crews from several agencies around the region have been battling this blaze for more than 24 hours. Good Morning Northwest Riley Fitzgerald is there live right now and has the latest on the fire. Riley, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Jessica. We're live here at Lineage Logistics, where we're continuing to provide you coverage on the fire that's been burning since yesterday morning. So I'm going to take a step out of the way so we can take a look at some of the damage that we can now see now that the sun is up. So here's what we know so far. Fire crews were called to a commercial fire alarm at Lineage Logistics Sunday morning, just after 5 o'clock. The sprinkler system had put out a small fire coming from a large freezer bay. However, after investigating the cause of the fire, firefighters found several pallets in a freezer hallway on fire. And we can see right now that fire crews from that engine are working on putting out some of the smoldering that's happening so far this morning. So water is going out from that engine this morning. About 10 employees were able to get out, and firefighters continued to battle the blaze. Fire crews arrived from nearby areas and counties to help out, but by noon yesterday, the fire had grown out of control and spread to a large part of the building. At one point, while our crew was on the scene, a part of the building collapsed. Nearby residents were issued level 3 go now evacuations, which were lifted around 7 o'clock this morning. State fire assistance has been mobilized, and I'm told they should be here within the hour. Crews from Benton 1, Benton County Fire District 2, West Benton, Walla Walla Fire Districts 4 and 5, College Place, Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco fire crews have been on the scene. And I'm told fire crews are going to be here for at least a few days, continuing to monitor the situation here. Roads are still closed near the area. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and right now we know that no injuries have been reported. The building is a 525,000 square foot frozen food warehouse. Lineage Logistics is a cold storage warehouse company with locations across the region, state, and the world. And at this location, we know that it employs more than 100 people. And we'll be looking into that today and the impact this loss will have on the community. We are still seeing a lot of smoke coverage across this area, and so you will most likely see that in the Benton-Franklin County area throughout the rest of the day at least. So clear skies later on, but a lot of this smoke will be visible on the horizon. We'll be continuing to keep you updated on AppleValleyNewsNow.com, but live in Findlay, I'm Riley Fitzgerald, and Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
East Bowles Road is closed from Findlay Road to South Peart Road as fire crews need the area to work. They're bringing water tenders and other fire apparatus throughout the early morning hours. And these pictures of what crews were battling in the overnight hours are from the Bend County Sheriff's Office. They say fire crews had the fire contained, but they are still working on several small fires within the building. They're asking people to stay away from the building and not to park on the roadway to watch as they are working to bring in those fire trucks to help put out the fires. And it is Earth Day today, and if you're thinking about celebrating by going outside, you'll need to know how our weather is faring. So let's check in with meteorologist Tiffany Savona to see how it's looking. Hey, Tiffany.
Good morning, Jessica. It's looking beautiful. It's a really nice start out there. The sun is out. The winds have certainly calmed down since yesterday, so that really helped the crews overnight. Winds are calm or either up to about 3, 4, or 5 miles per hour. So light winds today, wall-to-wall sunshine, but it is a cold start with temperatures starting off in the 30s. Many spots below freezing at this hour still. It's 31 in Tri-Cities, 34 at Hanford, 32 now in Yakima, 35 in Prosser, and 32 degrees in Hermiston. So as you're getting the kids up and ready to head out the door to catch the bus, they will need the heavier winter coat, probably the gloves as well, with temperatures in the lower 40s. Recess, temperatures climbing around 60, and that sunshine will help warm us up quickly. Highs in the mid to upper 60s, but not a bad day if you want to let the kids play outside or if you want to take them to a local park for Earth Day. Now, as we go into tomorrow, we are talking about your allergy forecast, and we'll have your full 7-day forecast, which shows some changes coming up in a bit. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. In crime news now, investigators with the Kennewick Police Department are investigating a drive-by shooting that happened over the weekend. Authorities say officers were called to the 400 block of East 10th Avenue Friday night after multiple gunshots were heard in the area. When officers got to the scene, they found several vehicles damaged by gunfire and shell casings on the ground. They say it appears the shooting was targeted and remains under investigation. And the USDA is offering up nearly $50 million for farms nationwide to build farm labor housing. The goal is to make sure that farm workers have safe, modern, and affordable places to live. Farms and businesses can apply for financing for buying or building new housing or for repairs and improvements. That funding is available through the Off-Farm Labor Housing Program, which focuses on housing built by nonprofits, community organizations, and governments, and the On-Farm Labor Housing Program, which is available to farmers directly. And the popular Tri-Cities restaurant Foodies in Richland has officially reopened its doors. The restaurant closed down in early February, but it was purchased by new owners in March. Even though it has new owners, the food, atmosphere, and hours of operations are pretty much the same. The general manager said about 70% of the staff returned to the Richland location. The Kennewick location has yet to open, but is expected to in the coming weeks. Over the weekend, the restaurant stayed busy with people returning for old favorites. To learn more about its reopening, head to our website, AppleValleyNewsNow.com. The Supreme Court takes up a case today that could influence how cities across the country confront the issue of homelessness. And the case involves whether homeless people can be fined. ABC's Allison Kosick explains.
This morning, the Supreme Court takes up the issue of homelessness and what cities and towns can do about it. The question, can cities ticket, fine, or possibly jail homeless people who sleep outside in public areas? Or does that violate the 8th Amendment, which prohibits cruel and unusual punishment?
There's no place to go. I was holding down 2 jobs when I was out here, and still not enough.
ABC's Devin Dwyer traveled to Grants Pass, Oregon. That city's crackdown began this legal battle.
So the city came in and said you can't camp right there on those wood chips.
The officer said I was too close to the playground and I was too close to the fence.
The case shines a spotlight on an issue cities are grappling with nationwide: how to balance public health and safety.
We've had shootings in our parks. We've had fights in our parks. Chronic drug abuse in our parks.
In 2013, the city passed an ordinance banning anyone from sleeping in public. But with no public shelters inside city limits, a homeless group sued and won.
The reality is the only thing that works is more permanent, affordable housing.
Brian Boteller runs the only private homeless shelter in town, but it's only half full. The shelter has religious requirements and bans smoking, drinking, and pets.
That's the big question. Is there nowhere else to go? Is there just nowhere else that they want to go?
Elected officials from both parties are urging the Supreme Court to make it easier for cities to clear tent encampments.
There's those of us that are struggling and fighting and taking one step out as we're digging out of the hole.
After today's arguments, the court's ruling is expected before the end of June, and we'll let you know more as we get more information on that. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Taylor Swift once again setting milestones, how her latest album is doing, and we've got other Hollywood headlines right after this.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
This week, look who's waking up with GMA and you. Zendaya, live. Jerry Seinfeld, live. John Bon Jovi, live. Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, Martin Short. Oh yeah, the biggest, brightest mornings are on...
Good morning, America. If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all-electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Get 1.9% for 72 months on an F-150 and up to $15,000 total savings on an F-150 Lightning. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Visit us at our new urban wine bar in historic downtown Kennewick. Choose from a variety of wines and food from our expanded menu. Enjoy time with friends old and new. After hours with riverfront views from our shaded patio, we are Mireille Gaston Wine Bar.
April is Home Run Riches Month at Legends Casino Hotel, where you're guaranteed $1,000 just for stepping up to the plate, with a chance to round the bases for $10,000. Just play with your Legends Rewards card, and you could be called a pinch hit on Thursdays and win thousands of dollars. You don't even need a complicated contract or sleazy agent to bet on our team. Hey, better, swing better. Come play Home Run Riches all April long at Legends Casino Hotel.
Since 1968, Sundown M Ranch has helped over 200,000 patients and families recover from the effects of substance use disorders.
I was ashamed, humiliated, and not sure if I could be helped, but I listened and found a completely different way to live by spending time at Sundown.
I did not believe there was a way out of the dark hole my life had become. Sundown M Ranch provided a foundation for me to find a new way to live.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The insurance offer is too low. Should I ask for more?
You know, when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
There aren't enough attorneys.
New rules could force counties to hire more public defenders.
We're talking about 3 times as many attorneys all of a sudden.
But even if they find enough lawyers, how will we pay for them? Counties in crisis. Apple Valley News Now Prime Time. Watch Thursday after the NFL Draft.
When Mark doesn't feel like being there, Mark lets everyone know.
Next live, Grey's Anatomy star Kim Raver, plus Shogun's Hiroyuki Sanada.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back in entertainment news now. To absolutely no one's surprise, the new Taylor Swift album is a hit. David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department is off to a huge start. According to Billboard, the double album sold 1.6 million equivalent album units, not the first week of release, but the first day. No album has topped 1 million units in a week since Swift's 1989 Taylor's version last year. That first day also saw Tortured Poets' 31 songs officially streamed more than 243 million times, led by 18.4 million streams of its lead single, Fortnight, featuring Post Malone.
Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can leave you here in the seat.
I'm good, Dad.
Here's your first look at Josh Hartnett in M. Night Shyamalan's Trap. The trailer gives away one twist, which means there's likely many more in store.
You know the butcher? The freaking nut job that goes around just chopping people up? Well, the feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today, so they set up a trap for him. This whole concert, it's a trap.
Somebody help me!
Dad. 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 Dad.
I'm sorry, Riley, what was that?
Trap opens in U.S. theaters August 9th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Okay, not me getting chills over that movie. Whew. Well, there is some controversy surrounding some of Taylor's lyrics to some of her songs. Some have even called her out for those lyrics, saying they border on racism. To find out more, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. And coming up next, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alertful forecast. Don't go anywhere. She'll let you know what to expect for today for Earth Day.
Every 3 months, Apple Valley News Now puts together a programming report we believe serves the educational and informational needs of children who live in our viewing area. This report is part of our public inspection files. To contact our public file administrators, call 509-735-8369 or log on to applevalleyNewsNow.com/station or see public files at fcc.gov.
Whether you're looking for your next houseplant, getting those spring flowers in the ground, or planting your dream garden landscape, Queensgate Gardens is the place to go. Queensgate Gardens in Richland. Let's grow together.
Prosser Digestive Health Center is now offering gastroenterology services daily, including weekends. Board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg provides the full spectrum of digestive health care. His services include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
When do you feel at home? When you're surrounded by loved ones? Or is it in the solitude of a quiet drive? When you're dancing to your favorite song? Or wherever you have a shoulder to cry on? For decades, we've called this community home and dedicated ourselves to helping those in it find their way in new beginnings and in returns to the familiar. In victories and in defeats, so that no matter where you go, you'll feel at home.
Find your way home in a new Mercedes-Benz C300 for only $539 a month from Mercedes-Benz of Tri-Cities.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Uh-oh! A Schwab fixes brakes, steering, and more.
Right now, during our spring tire sale, save up to $80 on select sets of 4 tires.
Dramatic changes coming for local public defenders? Apple Valley News Now Primetime Thursday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest, everyone. It's a beautiful start to the new work week. The sun is shining bright. Look at all those trees continuing to bloom as this vantage point continues to get greener and greener every day that we show it. This camera from our Legends Casino Hotel Skycam there in Richland. Our temperatures have fallen below freezing in some locations. We're at 31 in Tri-Cities, 32 in Yakima, 27 still in Ellensburg, 33 Connell, 34 in Walla Walla, 35 in Toppenish, but these are going to jump at the top of the hour. But with temperatures so low, there could be some areas of patchy frost. If you park your car outside, keep in mind you may have some frost on the windshield, so you may want to budget a few extra minutes just in case you need the scraper this morning. Our winds are very light. It was a breezy day yesterday. Unfortunately, those winds did contribute to the fire that we've been talking about all morning long, but those winds have certainly subsided overnight, and they're going to stay on the light side today. Here's your allergy forecast. We still have tree pollen as the predominant pollen in the air. If you're allergic to tree pollen, really no relief in sight. It looks like those pollen counts will come down a little bit, but it's not really going to make a difference, and they go up even more on Thursday as those winds start to pick up once again. So here's the weather pattern. Today, high pressure is going to keep us dry and seasonable for this time of year. Then that high starts to shift east tomorrow, so more clouds will start to move in. You can see that dip in the jet stream. That's what we call a trough. That's what our next storm system will be pushing in as we see a pattern change as this next storm system pushes on shore. But we don't have many chances for rain in our forecast. This next storm system will bring us some slightly cooler weather and more in the way of cloud cover for the most part. Today, mostly sunny, not a cloud in the sky expected, and pleasant for your Earth Day if you're going to be outside. It's going to be a really nice afternoon. 68 in Tri-Cities, 64 Prosser, 65 in Walla Walla, 64 in Connell, and 66 in Yakima. Tonight, another cold one. So if you have frost out there this morning, you'll probably have it once again tomorrow morning as temperatures fall back down into the low and middle 30s with light winds. We do have our full moon of the month. It's what we call the pink moon because the flowers and the trees start blooming. It will be exactly full tomorrow evening at precisely 4:49. It will still appear full tonight. So the moon will rise tonight at 6:56. It'll set tomorrow morning at 5:40. I think tonight, tomorrow morning are better opportunities to get a glimpse of it because we will see more clouds moving in during the day tomorrow and certainly on Wednesday. So today, or this is tomorrow rather, increasing clouds and warmer with highs climbing into the low and middle 70s on your Tuesday with upper 60s along the foothills of the Blues. Your 7-day forecast showing that we're in the 70s, middle 70s, not bad. Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, you will notice more in the way of cloud cover overall. And we're going to keep it mostly cloudy to round out the week. Just a slight chance for a shower or two Friday and Saturday. Models kind of in disagreement, so we may have to up those ranges a little bit. We may have to bring them down even more. We'll continue to fine-tune that forecast as we get closer. 66 today in Yakima, 70 tomorrow, 68 on Wednesday, and middle 60s to round out the week. 65 today, Walla Walla, upper 60s with more clouds Wednesday. Lower 60s Thursday, Friday, and then in Hermiston, 67 today, 70s Thursday or Tuesday, Wednesday, and then cooling things down with a slight chance for showers Friday and Saturday. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany, and we'll be right back with more on that fire out near Findlay. But first, here's a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the future of TikTok in question.
Today, I'm saying my final goodbye to TikTok.
Over the weekend, the House of Representatives passing legislation that could see the app banned in the U.S. if Chinese owner ByteDance doesn't sell within a year.
The two options are sell to a U.S. owner or cease operating in the U.S.
An unprecedented move that sparked serious concerns for some content creators.
This app has opened the door for me to figure out how I can make a difference in the world. So I will find a way to do that. And I know the other people who are truly there to create will do the same. I'm worried about the businesses, the tiny little mom and pop shops.
And coming up at 7 a.m., what this could mean for the millions of users of the app. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Welcome back. We'll get to your first alert forecast in just a moment, but we begin with a look at the top stories. So we'll check in on that massive fire near Findlay that prompted evacuations around a frozen food warehouse. Riley Fitzgerald is there now and has the latest. Hey Riley, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Jessica. On one side of me, you can see bright blue skies, and on the other, you can see very, very thick fog this morning here at Lineage Logistics. I'm going to take a step out of the way so we can see a lot of the destruction that's happened in the last 24 hours here at this location. We can see, here's what we know so far. Fire crews were called to a commercial fire alarm at Lineage Logistics Sunday morning just after 5 o'clock in the morning. Fire crews arrived from nearby areas and counties to help, but by noon the fire had grown out of control and spread to a large part of the building. Residents nearby were issued level 3 go now evacuations, which were lifted around 7 o'clock last night. Crews from Benton 1, Benton County Fire District 2, West Benton, Walla Walla Fire Districts 4 and 5, College Place, and Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco fire crews have been on scene since then. I'm told that crews are going to be here for at least a few days to continue to monitor the situation here. Actively, we have some engines and ladder trucks that are starting to put out, they're continuing to monitor the situation and put out some of the fires that are still burning and smoldering here in the area. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and right now we know that there have been no injuries that have been reported. On the scene, we do have a lot of smoke coverage across the area. This is likely going to be something that we're seeing throughout the rest of the day. So while we have a clear day outside on the horizon in Benton and Franklin counties, we will likely be able to see a lot of this smoke coverage. You can find continuing updates on our website, applevalley.newsnow.com, for any continuing wildfire and fire coverage. But for now, I'll send it back to you live in Findlay. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Riley. And Franklin County Fire District 3 is once again preparing to ask voters to sign off on a levied lid lift. The Fire District Board of Commissioners says the problems that led them to ask for the levy lid lift last year, and they haven't gotten any better. And for more details, go to our website. We'll now check in with Tiffany for a final look at your first alert forecast. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, Jessica, and you saw Riley, she was all bundled up because it's cold out there. Temperatures are close to 32 degrees. Now we're above 32 in Tri-Cities, 34 in Yakima, 35 in Toppenish, and 39 in Walla Walla. So you will need the heavier coat outside early this morning. Winds are light, and they will be much lighter compared to yesterday, which is good news for the crews battling that fire that we just reported on. 68 today, mostly sunny and pleasant with a light northerly wind. 34 tonight, cold, patchy frost possible once again by early tomorrow morning, but we're in the 70s starting tomorrow. We'll see more clouds starting on Wednesday, and then just a slight chance for a shower or two Friday and Saturday with our next storm system. Yakima 66 today, 70 tomorrow, and then slowly cooling things down with a slight chance for a shower Friday, Saturday. So Earth Day is looking very nice area-wide. 65 Walla Walla, upper 60s tomorrow and Wednesday for Walla Walla, and 67 in Hermiston today. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany, and thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. For more fire coverage on that Findlay fire, head to our website, applevalley.newsnow.com. Enjoy your Earth Day, and we will see you tomorrow.